boy smears feces on face. Slap a tablet to the head. A selfie is done. Family photos are a little more complicated. Lay out the traps. Then the whole family stands together and trigger the trap. The first family photo of mankind is born. They are primitive people living in ancient times. Most of the time they stayed in the cave. They can only leave the cave when father gives the signal. That day the family went hunting. Father saw a bird's egg in the distance. He threw grandma into the air, head first. The attack is in the hands of son. Son was so excited that he picked up the egg, but the bird snatched it back. Mom releases the baby right away. Then she attacked from behind, but the squirrel snatched it away. Grandma showed up just in time. She took care of the animals with ease, but the eggs were kicked out and fell into the hands of the lizard. The girl who was hiding off to the side rushed out. She grabbed the egg from the lizard and finally threw it to father. So there was this scene. They accidentally startled the big cat. The cat roars. The mammoth is frightened, and it ran forward. The father throws his family onto the mammoth's back one by one. Then the father and the girl break with their feet, but the cat is right behind them. The father reverses his direction and slams the cat into the wall. But there's a bigger danger ahead. The mammoth breaks with its face. They're thrown off their feet, but at the last moment, the father managed to get the eggs. They share their hard-earned dinner. The sun is setting. Everyone back in the cave. At night, the girl hears a noise outside. A light shines into the cave. In a fit of curiosity, she sneaks out of the cave. A torch appears in front of her. The girl was curious to see it. A monster followed behind her. The girl found it just in time, and she threw him to the ground. Just as she was about to smash the monster to death, she realized it was a boy. The boy lit a torch. The girl thought it was the sun. The boy told her it was fire.
Hi, fire.
The boy said that fire is not alive, and that the world was about to have a catastrophe. When they parted, he gave the girl a conch. Whenever you're in danger, call him anytime. The father found the girl alone in the middle of the night. He was going to lock her up for a month. While they were arguing, suddenly there was an earthquake. They tried to run back to the cave. That's when the father realized the danger. A big rock was falling. In a moment of desperation, the father threw a rock and knocked down his son, stopping the family from running. The boulder crushed the cave. Dust flew over. The father appeared just in time. He shielded his family from the dust. They lost the cave they'd been living in, but a colorful world appeared ahead. A big cat appeared out of nowhere. In the heat of the moment, the father fell off the cliff with his family in his arms. They came to a new world. There were baby elephants that looked like mice, and bats that looked like gourds. But even more interesting are these monkeys. Monkey spits out date shells, slapped him in the face, then a punch, then a kick, and a second kick. Grandma threw a punch too. The father was beaten and spun around. The monkeys suddenly scatter. A big animal came out of the bushes. It turned out to be a saber-toothed tiger. The family ran up the tree in a panic, but the tree is the beast's foot. They were taken out of the forest. Then they went into a cave. The cave closed its mouth. It was a whale. The whale spewed them out. The sun was setting. Whales are closing their mouths in droves. In the next moment, out of the ground came red birds. They flew up into the sky, like a beautiful red cloud. They suddenly rushed to the whale on the ground. They ate it up in a flash. They sensed danger. The birds were ready to rush at them. The girl came out of nowhere. She blows her horn. The boys saw their danger. The boy rushed ahead of them. He quickly lit a torch. They managed to escape the birds. They looked at the torch with curiosity. The son was accidentally bitten on the buttocks by the fire. The father told him to hide in the grass. The whole field is set ablaze. A corn was set on fire. It's coming at them, one by one, taking the whole family with it. The corn hit a tree, and then up into the sky, into a beautiful firework, and then a million popcorns fall. The boy wanted to escape, but he was imprisoned by his father. Father suddenly saw the earth split open in an instant, so he decided to listen to the boy's advice, to go to the high mountains. Along the way, the family made a lot of noise. The animals couldn't stand the noise they were making. With the boy joining them, they caught their first big animal, and ate cooked meat for the first time. When they met the monkeys, with bananas they could get away with it, using branches to walk over cliffs. The father was jealous of the boy's cleverness, so the father grabbed a snake for his belt. The monkey terrorizes it. The father was almost strangled. Father introduced his mount. Before anyone knew it, he rolled on. He crashed into a tree. Then he invented sunglasses, but the disadvantage was that couldn't see. If he wasn't careful, he'd fall into a deep hole. And he invented a mobile home, but it was taken over by a big rabbit. Then there was the seesaw. He bounced himself up into the air. A bolt of lightning struck him. He fell to the ground and was crushed by a boulder. Father didn't get the family's approval. He tried to get rid of the boy. They went on a chase, but they both fell into the tar. Here too, the boy was desperate, because that's how his family died. The father finally realized his mistake. He sincerely apologized to the boy. The boy suddenly had an idea. He had the monkey create a tigress. He succeeded in attracting the tiger. The tiger pulls them out of the tar. When the family found the place, the earthquake struck again. Everyone decided to follow the boy to tomorrow. They ran all the way. They finally came to a new place. Tomorrow was just ahead. Then there was an explosion. They ran like crazy, but they were too late. The path to tomorrow was broken. Underneath their feet was an abyss of rolling lava. All hope was lost. The family had no choice. Father held out his hand. The light faded from his hand. He said to everyone, "Don't be in the dark. Don't hide. Be brave and follow the light." He decided to throw them all over with his strength. The father threw the boy first. He made it through. Father threw his family over one by one. The next thing he knew, there was a landslide. Father ran backwards. He hid in a cave. He managed to light a torch, but there was no one to share it with. He drew a picture of his entire family on the stone wall. The tiger suddenly appeared behind him, but he was also afraid of the end. Father got his first pet. He doesn't want to sit around and wait. He came up with his first idea. Father found the skeleton of a whale and spread tar all over it. And then he attracted the red bird. The red bird was stuck to the tar, and a plane was built. Father used a torch to control the direction. He saved a lot of animals on the way. The explosion came quickly. At the last moment, they were drowned in the explosion. Families blew horns from the cliffs. They mourned Father. A miracle happened. Father driving the sun and coming out. The family embraced. They started a new life.